What's going on, everybody? What's up? What's up? Laser Navy with the sub. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it a ton. Uzar is here. What up? What up? So anyway, y'all, we got PTR in 3 days. Oh, yeah. This Friday. We don't have a launch time yet. Hoping it's early. Gonna go nuts on the PTR here. But I want to get a little prep work done. Now, one thing I've been wanting to get improved on is these boots. You know, missing a passive on one of your main builder's pieces of gear is just a big hit. Now, this particular pair, of course, does have a relatively low passive roll on the power, and then one completely wasted passive on the percent defense armor on repair. However, it's got decent upgrades and decent stats, making it very, very hard to replace. As you see, I've been grinding some boots out, and none of them are living up. So, yeah, get some Tornado Highlands going on today, and I'm sure we'll visit a few different spots. Archangel with the sub, thank you so much. So I'm going to show you guys, I changed up the chill build I was doing there a little bit. And I'll show you all what I'm doing, or what I've been doing the last day. And then we'll try it in a group as well to see if it works. But yeah, anyway, Tornado Highlands, here we come. See, we'll do this first one just solo, just so I can show you all what I've been doing. I'm not sure if it will hold in a group, but we will find out. Stage 1 mini boss is here. What's up? What up? What up? I can absolutely not wait to get my hands on that summoner. So I've been starting off right over here with an ensnare and an electric. And then coming down here and going ensnare, electric, and an explosive trap. Action Jackson, what up, what up? Then we get 2 upgrades on each of those, the electric and the explosive trap. Then we'll drop a buff beam here and put 3 upgrades on it. And then we come up here. Now, we're going to do the same thing here. Ensnare, electric, explosive. We'll get 2 upgrades on each of those. And then go with a buff beam with 3 upgrades on it. Now, here is kind of the basis of the build. We're going to be standing on these 2 auras with a striking gemstone. So, any guesses for what the Act 5 rewards will be? Well, the boss fight isn't going to be here yet. The boss fight will come in the second part of episode 2. So I'm assuming there may be act-specific weapons or whatever, but the good stuff won't be until the boss gets here. So we're going to go 12 wisps right here. We're going to throw a buff beam on those. Now, let me explain the build a little bit. Now, you can go using the striking gemstone here. You don't need to have those other auras out there. Let's get our buff beam down. You don't need to have the other auras out there. These auras will cover the entire map. However, you do shave about 5 minutes of runtime off the map because of all the skeletons. If you put this stack here, and then if you put this stack here, it literally shaves 5 minutes off the runtime. So although they're unnecessary for the build, and you can go without those stacks and then more wisps, it shaves a ton of time off. Now you see we got 2 DU left over. Another thing with the build is about, not all the time, but like 1 out of every 10 or 15 runs, you'll get a Jin buffed mage that will come up from here and wreck the core, or come over from here and wreck the core. So with that in mind, just going to use that last 2 DU as a just in case. So we're going to go with a reflect beam there and a reflect beam here, and then that's going to deal with that if those do come up. Now, we're going to spam everything else into this wisp stack here. So let's just dump the rest of the DU. No news yet, Evil Shadow. I'm going to assume it will probably not be for a while. Once you hit 90, just ignore your level. Don't mow my lawn. Because you're going to be level 105 on all your heroes long before you get all the gear that you need. So just start grinding gear, and the levels will just come naturally. Okay, so then we're going to use a striking gemstone right here. Hydra with the sub. Thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the channel. How you doing, Furs? Anyway, we're going to use a striking gemstone. You see, this one's not a very good one, but it does have the, the buff. We're going to use it right here. Now, one thing differently I think I'll have to do in the group is I'll only go one reflect beam down here and then put another one right here, because as it stands now, the ogre only comes out of that lane every time. So the ogre's just getting wrecked and not throwing a kobold over. However, in a group, I think the ogre will. So we're going to stand right here and just let it fly. Now, this is definitely not the speediest build out there. The runtime usually goes around 15 minutes, depending on the waves you get. It's been as long as 20 minutes and as short as like 12 minutes. So it's not this super fast speedrun build, but it is a pretty chill build that allows you just to kind of kick it and maybe get yourself a little Netflix going or whatever on the side. The apprentice boost is just way stronger than the monk boost user. In just about every case, it's going to be a pretty sizable boost difference. And the other good part about the build is we're done. We don't need any more upgrades. This, with a decent set of mixed mode gear. I don't have 5 on every piece, but I do have mana regen on every piece. I think I'm at like 12 maybe. 12 total, so I think I've got 4s on each piece. Oh, I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant. It's all good. And it's just chillax it out. Now, there's another good reason to farm this map besides the guard boots, and that is you're going to get a fused little wizard, and you're going to get a non-fused Ethereum. And the good thing about those is they both sell for a ton. So even if you get crappy rolls, every time you run this map, you're going to get like 30, 40 billion gold off of running it. Well, you have to put mana regen on your accessories, Evil Shadow. I've got mana regen on every accessory. The waves take forever on this map, so it still runs out. But you stop and restart it usually once through the course of the wave, and you're good. The same goes for every hero. If you want 100% uptime on an ability, you just go mana regen on your accessories. Like your monk boost is 100% uptime, apprentice boost, like the EV laser, 100% uptime. The only channeled ability in the game that you can't get 100% uptime right now without some sort of exploit is the rogue. Which that's actually one of the runes that's coming. The spin to win rune. So you will be able to get 100% spin uptime on your rogue. So not having to do any more upgrades also shaves, a minute or whatever off, as there's no mana collection. So we just G it up as we keep going. We're at 7 minutes in now. Well, the thing is even with 100% uptime on the spin, it's just not as good of DPS as like the EV laser or the Spinning Steel Squire. I think it will be fun to play, and I personally am definitely going to go for it because I just think it'll be fun. But the damage output is not going to be anywhere near the top. Vingdar, how you doing today? Welcome, welcome. And I'm unsure if this is going to work in a 4-player group too. To be honest, I think it won't. I mean, it might. It depends on the group. If everybody's chilling here, then it probably won't work. But if some group members are, like you say, there's one monk tower booster here, and then 2 group members that are just running around killing stuff, then of course it's going to work. But then, I mean, just about any build is going to work on any map in those situations. 4-player groups are way, way easier in Dungeon Defenders Awakened, no doubt. And Dungeon Defenders 2 as well. So we lost our mana. We just got to wait for it to reset, and then we can pop overcharge again and keep it screaming. Let me rephrase that. 4-player groups are way easier if you have teammates who are contributing. Obviously, if you're just carrying 3 other people, it's going to be harder for you. We get a lot of skellies on this map. And then a build similar to this without the Aura stacks out there, using DSTs here instead, works really, really well also. In fact, it's way faster. It's not as consistent, in my opinion, as far as getting wins every time, but it does run very, very fast. But yeah, pretty solid, really a solid, solid farm build anyway. Like for me, of course, with farming, my main priority is always more chill factor than speedrunning. I mean, I don't want to be running 30-minute maps, but on the same note, I'm not really concerned about getting those 8-minute or 9-minute wins. I'm more than content with a 12 or 15-minute win, if it's very chill. There's a video on my channel about that, Hydra. Once you pick up the quest, you just farm floor 5. It's super easy and really consistent. It's still, I mean, RNG is RNG, but yeah, if you just farm floor 5 and just keep resetting floor 5, you get it pretty quick. And we ran out of juice again. Nah, this game's on all platforms. PlayStation, Xbox, Switch. Super fun game. I think we're just about there. Looks like we got a whole lot of skellies to burn. That's about it. You can get pretty fast clear times on this one if you get a little RNG luck. I've actually got a Tower Defense Tuesday video for you all today too, but YouTube is having a hell of a time getting videos processed today. Either that or, you know, it may have been something with my encoding software or my rendering software. So there will be a Tower Defense Tuesday video out either late tonight or early tomorrow morning. Tower Defense Tuesday video on a Wednesday. How weird, huh? Hopefully I can get it out tonight, though. Nice, Alex. Well, welcome back. Welcome back. Big weekend upcoming. The PTR comes with episode 2. So Friday, I'm going to be rocking a summoner, trying out all the snazzy builds. I've got some sets of gear put together for the summoner already. A lot of times you pick up you'll pick up guard boots just as a floor drop here too as you're running it. I haven't seen any of this run, but you do get the guard boots quite frequently. The problem I have here is, you know, my boots that I am wearing, even though they're missing a passive, they're still pretty decent. So it's been very hard to find a replacement for them. Like, I got to get one of those top 10% pieces for it to be willing to replace out the current pair of boots I'm using. But yeah, you get very nice gold out of this as well. You get high rolls on a little bomber. It can go as high as like 50, 60 million sell price. They go for a big chunk of change. Or billion, not million, pardon me. The B up in there. I'm assuming in group play it will probably be a good idea to maybe grab the mana and throw in more upgrades too. Where solo play, you don't have to necessarily worry about that so much. And then since the ogre always comes out of that lane, you can kind of line of sight the ogre a little bit here. Where we're right over on the stack here, kind of on the other side of this ridge. So the ogres just don't usually throw at you. Thanks for following there, Legendary. Appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. I'm really looking forward to seeing how the rune grind and everything is going to be. And I'm wondering how forgiving it's going to be too. Like, are you going to be able to collect the runes easy, or is it going to take quite a grind? I'm assuming the low tier ones will be really easy to snag. Yeah, for sure there, this is that's the struggle I'm in right now, you know? I just got a decently rolled piece with one bad passive. Where are we at? So we're at 15 minutes. This will be like a 17-minute run. But, you know, obviously it was a slow build and all that good stuff. Yeah, you can speedrun this one with DSTs and get it done fairly quick. The problem I have with my DST set is when I do it, I get fails, like, you know, once out of every 10 or whatever. So as far as runs per hour, it ends up being better for me just to do a chill build like this and getting the wins every time. And there we go. So pretty smooth running, you know? Usually me not paying attention is what what destroys the core. You know, you get into that, once you get your grind going, you get into that not paying attention mode. Yeah, see, we got 11 billion for that bad boy. Another bummer piece. Boo. That's a nice roll on that one. That's 42, almost 43 bill right there for that guy. So I'll probably end up keeping that one. Just because. Yeah, Strength Drain Aura would make it leak safe. But, I mean, like I said, I'm pretty content with that build there. I can get up and walk away even, you know, and not feel any guilt whatsoever. And we got some junk pieces dropped. All right. Yeah, I just don't care enough. Like I said, that's, you know, strength. I'm not losing. I lose 0% with that build that I just used. So I would add the strength drain for the DST build for my DSTs. Of course, if you have stronger DSTs, then you wouldn't need it. But yeah, strength drain would be good for a DST build. But let's try it in a group, see how it holds out. Let's get it. Unsure. Like I said, unsure of if this is going to work at all in a group. Here's Archangel. What up, Archangel? How you doing today? Yeah, it's just that one ogre, same lane every time. So the ogre isn't, you never lose to the ogre. That guy has got to walk so far, there's just no chance. You know? Because it's, oof. Oh no! Dang it, man. It's always from that lane right there that I was trying to point at. So I'm thinking for group play, we'll try something like this. Just because I'm assuming that ogre is going to be a little thicker. Oops, what did I miss? How do I have 14 DU left? Oh, I didn't put the stuff over here because I fell off the world. Falling off the world is never suggested. Yeah, I can show you the keep build I use after this if you want there, Vingar. I've been doing the same build on the keep like for the last 200 runs or whatever. Been ridiculous. What's going on there, Panda Bear? Let's just dump it all right here. Looks like we're not going to get anybody else. I think a lot of people are holding out until episode 2 gets here. Yeah, ogre only comes from that door right there. Yeah, giveaway ends tonight at midnight, y'all, so make sure you get entered. Exclamation giveaway in chat. $1,400 mobs. Oh, we got Cake and Scally in here. I didn't even see those guys join. It's alright, Cake. You will be here next wave. I think for group play, the DSTs might be better. Well, skeletons don't damage the core. Vingdar, so skeletons don't matter. You can ignore skeletons. They can sit there and swing on the core all day. You saw him get on DDA and just felt it. That's fair. Thank you so much for subscribing there, Thamlin101. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, it's not a speed build, Vingar. That Wisp Keep build is definitely not a speed build. I'll show you what I do, but it usually runs in like 15 minutes for me. Between 15 and 18, I guess, depending on how many mobs we get. We'll run this map just a couple times, and then I'll pop in and show you guys what I do there. For anyone who is not aware, well, you don't have to. I mean, I ignore them the whole time. But you could, yeah, just throw your overcharge and run over there, you know. Since we do have those R's spread out like this, although I've got the striking on this stack, it's not required. You could go with a speedy instead, you know. But, like, originally I was doing this as a 1 R stack build, but it was taking 20 minutes every time. And then when I started adding in those other 2 stacks, it shaved like 5 minutes of runoff. Well, it's going to be RNG too, there, Vingdar. Assuming you're using the newer one. I put the wisps up on the ledge now, over on that, the east? I think it's the east side. I don't put the wisps down on the ground in front anymore because of the skellies. You still grinding it out there, Aramir? Wow, man. We're actually at about at the same time, even though we got 1,400 mobs. I must have built really slow in the last one. But yeah, as far as the proxies though, I usually don't touch them through the whole run solo. Assuming in a group with the additional mobs, they could use a little repair, but not touching them solo, they never even get to half. So I just ignore them and let them run. Tried putting one underneath me here too, but nothing ever triggered him. Like a occasional spider would trigger him, and that was it. So since it wasn't getting triggered, I just removed it, stopped bothering with it. So how many of y'all are going to be grinding out the PTR on Friday, checking out that summoner action? Gonna be good. Gonna be good. Hopefully. Well, I mean, we're almost at the end of the wave, so if they're making it, if they're only half and the wave's almost over, I would say they're probably on ignore factor then. Because you can just run over on the break and do a quick repair on them. But yeah, I ignore them through the whole, well, as you all saw, I ignore them through the whole thing when I'm playing solo. I've been forcing my wife to play lately, though. So with 2-player, you ignore them all the way through as well. We did about 40 runs of this map last night, or yesterday and last night. No boots on 2 different counts. No usable boots on 2 accounts. Actually got a really good low roll starter pair, but even on my wife's account, which she had, was already better. But I had a really high roll of percent damage and power. But it was only like, it was super low stats and like 320 upgrades. But it was 500 plus on percent, or on power, and then 9% plus on percent damage. Little bit of a bummer. I'm sure too. I do think the skellies are going to get addressed. Phil has heard literally a million different people complaining about all the skelly spawns. The issue with them is they're just an additional time sink. They're not really providing any strategic difficulty. I think they're going to get toned down again, is what I'm saying. Where are we at? We're at 11 minutes. It actually hasn't been terrible. It's going to be under 20 minutes for 4 players. I mean, obviously, that's nowhere near fast, but it's not bad. Not like you're running 30-minute maps or anything. Most waves on Alk Labs are 40 to 50% skellies. Yeah. Alk Labs with those spawn camp builds, though, it still runs at a decent time. Well, decent considering there's 6 million skellies. When is the full release? There's no date on Episode 2's launch. The PTR starts on the 28th, which is Friday. But there's no confirmed date on it. It won't be that early. It won't be anywhere near that early. In fact, November 8th, the PTR will, without a doubt, still be going. So pretty much there will be like a minimum of 2 weeks of the test build running. And then there will be, figure, a week or 2 weeks after that for Phil to make any changes he wants to make. And then additionally go through console certification. So it'll be more like the very end of November or the beginning of December at the absolute earliest. Maybe I spoke too soon on the runtime. It's like we hit the brakes here at like 700 mobs. Oh, yeah. Well, like I said, I'm pretty confident Phil has heard everyone's complaints on the skellies. So I think we'll probably see an answer to that here, hopefully on the PTR. Well, I mean, the answer shouldn't be on our end, though, Max. The answer should be on the design team's end, because it's not necessarily a great design, you know? It doesn't add challenge, it only adds annoyance. If it added challenge, then of course that would be a whole different reason. Necromancer passive now cancels all Skelly spawns and gains additional mana. That would be awesome. This is high. That's what I'm talking about. Farming guard boots at the moment there, Reaper. I would love to get a super snazzy pair of guard boots before, before episode 2 launches. But I'd like to get them before Friday. That way I have them on the PTR. Because remember, on the PTR, anybody that wants to play it, it's a copy of your live account. So your progress isn't saved on it, but you do get to use your characters and everything. When you load up the PTR for the first time, it copies your live account over and creates a separate save for it. Let's see how these traps are doing here. Well, I guess I'm assuming they got repaired, because they're not low at all. Yeah, so they had to have gotten repaired. Which is fine. Ooh, there's a pair of guard boots as ground loot. So I get 2 guard boots this time. Well, that's the RNG aspect there, Fireshawn. It's a game of collecting. It's a grind game. If they raise the minimum gear drop, then new players will play the game for 100 hours and quit. The deal is it's only, like, to clear the Massacre Rifted mode, you only need, like, 8,000 main stats, and you can clear it. But the question is where the replay value comes from is people that want to min-max their gear and put the grind time in. People that want to min-max and really put the grind time in, for them, it's, you know, a massive grind. I personally do think that there should be one change made, though, to the loot. I mean, I'm fine with the rarity of loot. The problem is the guaranteed stats, in my opinion. Like an Arcanist helm, for example, it's always going to have Fortify on it. Which means if you want power, range, and rate on your Arcanist helm, then you have to get a 4-stat helm. You know, and that just adds a level of RNG on top of the RNG. Yeah, it's not going to happen, is what I'm saying. Look at Dungeon Defenders 1. It's 10 years plus old now, and there's still people that have grinded the game the entire 10 years that aren't maximized. You know, that's the game. It's a grind game. All Dungeon Defenders games are. Well, see, that's the deal there, Beavis. You get to end game faster than you do in other Dungeon Defenders games, but to actually min-max, it takes longer. Well, not necessarily longer, but it takes a long-ass time. Oh, wow, 10,000 mana. I guess maybe I should have actually utilized that and upgraded some stuff, huh? See what happens when you pay attention? Oops. I did not see that sitting there at 10,000 mana. If they just removed the guaranteed stat rolls, where a piece is always going to have Fortify or whatever, like in that example of the Arcanist helm, that right there would shave so much time off the loot grind. Because you could regularly get 3-stat pieces that are power, range, and rate. You know, the challenge now is a 3-stat guard piece is going to have fort power range or fort range rate. And it's not going to have the stats you want. And of course, Guard and Arcanist are probably the most commonly used stuff. Yeah, for sure. There, this is high. Well, that's the thing, Vingdar, is everyone chooses their own stopping point, you know? So in every grind game, not just Dungeon Defenders games, but in every grind game, you choose your own stopping point. Like, a lot of people will play through all of the content. Once they've cleared the content, to them, the game is done, you know? So 100% the achievements, get all the golden wave 100 pets, and then you're done. There's quite a few people that would play based off of that concept, and I mean, that's only going to take a couple hundred hours, you know? Which is still a couple hundred hours play for a $30 game is not terrible. You know, pay $60 for a AAA game and then play it under 100 hours. You know? As far as value goes, even to that player that just wants to clear the content, it's decent. I mean, every Dungeon Defenders game is, as far as entertainment per dollar spent. But, like me, I'm at 2,592 hours right now. So, I mean, I'll be at over 2,600 hours before the PTR starts. Where are we at? Oh, wow, we're at 21 minutes. So this ended up going super slow in 4-player. I think for 4-player, I would probably suggest sticking to the DSTs. This is just way too slow. Right. Let's see them shinies. We got a 31 bill, little wizard. We got an 18 bill Ethereum, so that was what, a 50 billion gold run right there. And we got another junk guard piece because it's got the guaranteed fort on it. Big bummers, big bummers. The best loot is in Lycan King mixed mode, massacre, rifted, Lycan King bonus difficulty. But yeah, it would be wave 23 and up. Let's run it one more time here, and then I'll do that solo keep build that I've been using. Yeah, DSTs would be primitive armor. As far as fusion armor goes, if you're not playing rifted mode yet, then the armor doesn't matter at all. Use whatever. I mean, use a set, but it does. What set doesn't matter. Yeah, mixed mode has bonus difficulty. You just have to go in and unlock it. It's not there for free. So, like, you get the wave unlocks in mixed mode based off of your survival unlocks, but you don't get bonus difficulty unlocked for free. Just got to go do the keep on mixed mode, and you will have it. Yeah, but considering it's progression gear, I wouldn't bother. Why bother farming set early game when you're just going to be replacing the stuff like almost instantly? I mean, if you want to, then it's there for you. But it's completely inefficient as far as time. But and then again, like I said, it comes around to your intention. Everybody picks their own experience, you know. There's plenty of grind in the game once you get to end game, so I always suggest people just zerg through the game until they get to end game. I mean, if you go through and you do kind of the meta of getting to Ancient Mines, running it on survival once, and then going through the rest of the campaign, you just raffle stomp all the content up to end game without ever worrying about farming specific sets or doing anything. Just going with the ground loot. Man, we got 1,400 right out of the gate in wave 1. Right out of the gates. Friday there, Omni. Only 3 days, man. Only 3 days. Well, I'm hoping ballistas are beast mode here in episode 2, Thalen. We will find out. I love me some poons. Oh yeah, gonna be all about the summoner. Gonna be fun to check out. I still need to do some more pet farming too before Friday. Get down to 1,000 mobs, just check those traps. Well, I'm assuming they're going to be guaranteed drops, and it'll be all about farming the quality, because they're tiered. There's quite a few changes there, sir. I mean, we don't know the extent of them. We won't see full patch notes until Friday. We'll put out a big PTR patch note list with everything that's in. Well, I haven't played it yet, Ninja, so I don't have an opinion. Can't have an opinion until we play it, right? You have an opinion now, you're just guessing. So no reason to guess. I think it could be potentially cool as hell. But we'll have to see, you know? It might be junk. It might be awesome. Friday, we'll tell. It's the first set I'm going to do for a summoner is going to be Siren and Archers. We'll get the Archers for free with an Arcanist Tome. So, yeah, I'm going to do Siren Archers right out of the gate. Well, yeah, I mean, we know that, but that's the defenses are getting changed. The Poison Dart Towers replacing the Darkness Trap, Reflect Beams and the physical walls are being combined. The Shock Beam is going away for that. Oh yeah, these were not even at half. How about this one? Yeah, not even at half yet. So, I mean, I'm over here now. I might as well repair them, but... So yeah, the Splodies are just a non-issue. Well, I mean, the Apprentice boost is it's the meta booster. I don't know the number offhand. This is I never went out of my way, but I do have Fort on every piece. But, like, I never upgraded it or anything. On every armor piece, of course. So I'm assuming I'm probably at, like, 6K, maybe? I don't know. I'll look here in a sec. Part of it's just the lane RNG, too. The skellies aren't there yet. That explosive trap might be gone by the time the skellies are done. Damn, skellies. In fact, let's try to make them go quicker. No, it's mana regen on accessories, Omni. That was last year's update, man. Where you been, dude? Where you been? You got a lot of, I think you got a lot of catching up to do for some of the gear changes from last year there, Omni. It's time to get your grind on, dude. Jesus, come on already. Damn skellies just will not die off. Well, congratulations on your extreme patience for playing the most boring thing in the goddamn game twice. Congrats to you. You win Patient Person of the Year award. Alright, might as well dump this stuff. Well, now getting to 999 and DD2 now is a joke. The power creep has, the true definition of power creep has overswept. You're like, what, 100,000 more defense power than the people who beat it the first time? With the same difficulty. So now it's just, it's literally that. It's a trial of patience. The little bomber is from Rifted Royal Gardens and Arcane Library. There, Ninja Kiwi. Royal Gardens is kind of the go-to farm spot. Most people farm for it. In fact, we'll be doing some runs of that here in a bit. You're more than welcome to hop in and join us. Because you can always use more bombers. All the gear you farmed up for the summer be useless when it drops? No, not at all. I've got my stuff all farmed up already too. No, there's no changes to the gear system. Well, there's runes. The gear system has additions, but no changes. If you play DD2, You can. They're dark. Different game, man. Different game. Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting. I mean, from what they've teased so far, it seems like it's going to be pretty game-changing. I'm still curious what rune we're going to get for buff beams. Phil made the comment that we're going to be using buff beams differently than we do now. Runes will be farmable items that you can use to change a defense. Like the examples were... What were the examples? One of them was for the explosive trap. The explosive trap will give us slow. Additionally. Yeah, they're going to drop. There'll be drops from maps. We have to farm them. Yeah, magic missiles, projectiles will bounce. Reflect beams not being a wall. Yeah, I'm curious about that one. I think eventually there will probably be lots of different options, but I'm going to guess at the start, like the initial rollout, there will probably just be one rune for each defense, and you'll have to pick and choose what you use. That's what I'm going for first, too, Aussie Lion. I'm very, very interested to check that out. Primitive Chesser, that wasn't fused. 105 piece to sell. Yeah, 2 character runes and 4 defense runes. So you'll have to pick and choose what you use. I agree. I think the Siren could be really cool. I mean, you know, I'm not getting too excited about it. It's the first thing I want to try out. But on the same note, I'm not going to allow myself to be disappointed on Friday. Now remember too, it's just a PTR, so anything that rolls out, if it's a piece of junk and we all tell him, hey, this is a piece of junk, then he's going to make changes to it before it launches. That's one of the big purposes of the PTR. Yeah, you still got to go through and farm accessories. I'm assuming you probably don't have full kits for everything. There's plenty of grind time there for you, Omni. You just got to hop in and do it, man. Got to get your grind on. And you're going to need to go through... You go mixed mode now, not survival, so... You're going to want to get your mixed mode unlocks and... I'm going to try to Archangel, but I'm not sure if I'm going to prioritize it. Mixed mode is a higher increased loot quality. Rating elementals, it's a 6% buff to the ceiling. Well, I mean, you can get carried right now, but you got a whole lot of carrying to get done. That you haven't played in so long. I mean, you'll get caught up quick. You just gotta get in and grind it out. But yeah, I mean, you can get carried, obviously. You've been getting carried for the last decade, Omni. I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you. Headed to bed? Alright, Cake. Well, it's higher quality loot. You get loot that you can't get in survival clubs, so it's always going to be worth it. Hey, man. I'm just telling it like I see it, you know. I'm ready for my backpack. I'm ready, you know. I'm ready for one of you guys to cut the leg holes out of your backpack and let me climb on in. Oh yeah, I'll climb in Aramir's backpack. Hell, he's got a 2-seater Omni. You could climb in too. Aramir's backpack's a multi-seater. Now, playing with 4 players gives more mobs, which means more loot, but it's not better loot. But it's with more loot, of course, there's more chances for good loot. So more chances for good loot is good stuff, right? What's going on there, Noi? How you doing? And then the downside is it takes longer. So, I mean, play how you want to play. If you rather play with people, then definitely play in a group. But the maps do take longer, so although there's more loot dropping in each run, you're not going to get as many runs in. I mean, we got good groups going here, so like these groups are a non-issue. But like a standard public group, you know, plan on it taking a while. We got 11 billion there. Thank you very much for the change. Appreciate you. What do we got here? We got, oh, we got us a keeper. Is what we got there. Let me go ahead and lock that one so I don't sell it by accident. All right, booties. And we got trash boots. Imagine that. Imagine that. All right, y'all. We'll get the farm back on, but I promised I would do that keep chill build. Let me clear out this junk first. That's the floor loot that dropped. Take out billions here. Man. Such a low roll. But that's close enough. It's not going to be an upgrade for me because the roll is too low. But that will be a piece that will be a huge hookup for somebody on trading day. Alright, so here's the benefit of this build. You get a free slot. So when you do this build, it's a prime opportunity to get a free power level. Let's do this Huntress here. This is the... I've literally done this exact build probably 500 times. I mean, just in a silly, silly amount of times. So we'll go ensnare, explosive, or pardon me, gas trap. Wall up in the air. If you put it on the ground, it's going to get destroyed. If you put it up in the air, it won't. If you put it on the very top of one of these pillars, it's going to get destroyed as well. So you want it kind of hugging the inside of those pillars. We're going to go 2 upgrades on every wisp. And then we're going to go with a buff beam. 3 upgrades on it. And then here you only need a 1DU reflect beam, but I always have 1DU left over, so I just started lazily putting a 2DU reflect beam there because I'm lazy as hell. And then we do the exact same build over here. But we're going to add over here. So the short lane here, of course, can get an ogre every now and then, so we want to give ogre protection, but we know that we could also get 16 million skellies. So I put a Splody Boy here to deal with the skellies. 1 DU reflect here. Eight wisps, same thing. 2 upgrades on every one. Then 3 DU buff beam, 3 upgrades. Oops, did I get it? Yeah, I did. And then reflect beam. You'd have 53 left over at that point. And then right on over here, John Cena, what's up, man? How you doing? You know, speaking of John Cena, I don't know why this popped into my head. There was a thing about him, about the actual John Cena. Not that you're not the actual John Cena. I mean, clearly you are, but do you know that Make-A-Wish Foundation, that he has donated like over an entire year of his time, like an actual year of his life, to going and seeing kids in the Make-A-Wish Foundation? That's just so goddamn cool, man. They gave him a Guinness World Record for it. And then I just spammed the rest into here. That's crazy. My niece was in the Make-A-Wish Foundation, so it's kind of a special thing to me. And then anyway, I usually just chillax here and let the map run. Yeah, it was like 500 visits or something like that. And combined the time that he spent with the kids, that in like your average celebrity that does the Make-A-Wish visits, they're visiting the kid for like 30 minutes, and he's spending like 8 hours with them, like a full day. Oh, Omni, you've been gone so long, man. Smart upgrade and repair system in the game like DD1. But yeah, man, just impressive stuff. Impressive dude. It's like Shaq with the bikes in Walmart. Yeah, it prioritizes your upgrades, basically. You just run up to your stack. It's going to do your buff beam first, all the way to max. Then it'll go to your damaging defenses. It'll cycle through them evenly. And then it'll hit your crowd control defenses. It's a pretty nice system. You'll definitely like it. Yeah, Shaq. Apparently, Shaq goes to Walmart a lot. And every time he walks into a Walmart, he picks out a random kid and buys him a bike. Like literally every time. And I guess the Walmart by his house down in Florida, the manager said that he's bought like 600 bikes. It's like, my God. You can't target it, if you don't want to target anything. So you want to be right next to the defenses, but not targeting any of them. If you target one of the defenses, it will upgrade that defense. So you just have to make sure you're not accidentally targeting something. And then it works like a champ. On consoles and on PC. The Reaper with the sub. Thank you so much there, Reaper. I do appreciate it a ton. Usually, I went too soon. When you kill these portals, it makes the map run way slower. So I usually leave them up until there's like under 200 mobs left. So I pulled the trigger a little early here. But I usually throw an upgrade on that wall and Explodey there. And then on the first wave's mana, I will dump it over here if I'm playing actively. Depending on the power level of your defenses, though, you don't have to do these upgrades at all. But if you do want to upgrade, that's the priority you want to take. First that side, and then next time we'll do the other side. Now we just gotta wait for these mobs to die off here. Yeah, it is a slight delay. If you're directly targeting something, it's faster. Yeah. Upgrade your, just like I did it here. Like if you're starting off with wanting to get upgrades in, like doing a wave 23 start, then you want to upgrade your defenses, then put your buff beam. If not, it just becomes irritating, kind of cycling through and trying to target each individual thing. Or no, I up the wisp, the beam, or I up the wisps first, and then I placed the beam and upgraded it, is why. I did that because it would just target the beam, you know? So place the wisps, spam the upgrades, then put the beam down, and then get your three on the beam. Another thing to note, too, is there is no chance that you need 9 wisps here. So if you're struggling with anything on a particular lane, just drop a couple of wisps off right there and throw something else out on the other sides, you know? Like if the skellies are too much on a lane, well, the skellies, their nemesis is this splody boy, right? Get your proximity trap down, or explosive trap down. So adding an explosive trap in is quite helpful. Yeah, doing stacks. Well, I mean, doing stacks of anything, plus aura stacks, too. Aura and trap stacks can be super irritating to upgrade. Track stabs. You know, track stabs. Those things. You know what I'm talking about, clubs. Track stabs. It sounds like a condition a runner would get, like shin splints. Now it would be what? Auric? I don't even know how you would dyslexia up saying aura stacks. I think I would need to write that one down to figure it out. Well, that's the thing. You have nothing there to be destroyed. So having a bunch of skelly build up is a non-issue. Now, if it's slowing your run down ridiculously, then just throw an explosive trap there, and it'll chew through those skellies like it's nothing. What's my base damage on explosive traps? I don't know. My explosive traps are not super strong. I never fixed my explosive traps. It was a poison gas trap builder, and then I added explosive traps to it out of laziness without wanting to redo a whole other hero. So they've got big range and low power. Now I have adjusted them somewhat, but they're still not perfect. They're not fixed perfect. They've got too much range and not enough power. But I can show you what it's at now. It's been upgraded now. What at tier 3, it's at that. But, I mean, they're still working is the thing, so that's why I haven't bothered. Like, I'm not losing maps because my traps aren't strong enough. It works for repair, too, Omni, so, like, in that situation, you know, I didn't have to go through those. I could just spam repair right next to the stack, and it hit everything. But what I was saying about don't target anything, like, I want to, or I want to do these wisps next. So I want to upgrade these wisps evenly. So I'm going to come over here and the first thing I want to do is get the buff beam maxed, and then I want to upgrade the wisps evenly. So I can just target right next to them, and you see it went right to the buff beam. Buff beam's maxed. Now it will cycle through all of the wisps evenly, and I can just sit here and spam it out and not even look at the screen. And then I'm going to switch over to my spinny boy. Got anything shiny laying over here? Doesn't look like it. Pardon me, burping on y'all. Fort and rate. It's decent mask, huh? I mean, fort and rate, though. What would you want fort and rate on? It'll do the roots last. Like, it prioritizes based off of how you would want to upgrade them. Yeah, you see, like, I got skellies built up here, but I don't even care, because they can't do anything. They're just there. And then for this last wave, any mana I collect, you would want to dump it into your middle stack just to help out. Oh no, I hit the stuck spot. Yeah, if you need to pay attention, or if you need to manage your mana. The only time you really have to do that, though, is when you're building. Like you're doing the wave 23 start and you have a limited amount of mana. The rest of the time, you won't have to pay very much attention to it. Just spam it up and go. Well, I mean, you know, you can get rid of one middle wisp, and that buys you a wall and an explosive trap. So there's... You got it right there, Noi. Like I said, 9 wisps in the middle. And realistically, you probably only need 5. So even if you took out, say you took out 2 wisps, that would give you a wall and explosive trap on each lane, on the outside lanes. Ooh, something hit the roots. That's a rarity. Dump this 1200 over here. Oof, failed jump. You want to use either the throne room weapon or the smasher from the keep. One of those two. Either one will work, whatever you have a better roll on. Oh shit, I lost all my wisps. God damn it. I wasn't paying attention. I saw that root took damage, but I lost the wisps. That, like, almost never happens. But it shouldn't... I don't think it's going to be an issue. We got enough CC here where it won't be a problem. What we can do, though, just as an emergency, we can grab a little bit of mana and just spam a bunch of harpoons down. That's why nothing's killing these skellies. I wonder what the hell's taking so long. Let me grab a bunch of mana and I'll just spam some poons down. That'll buy me enough time. Or this is actually a waller. I can just spam a bazillion walls. I'm gonna have to go over there and kill all the skellies manual. It sucks. But yeah, I can just do this. Let's throw anything down just for the... I mean, you only need, what, 30 seconds, 40 seconds? Just throw stuff down. Doesn't even matter. But that normally, I'm not sure what got me. I wasn't paying attention. That normally is non-issue there. What do we got left? We got 10 DU left. Can we fit some in the back? That would be funny. Looks like we can put one. Alright, and then we got... we're out of DU now. But yeah, that will hold through the boss, I'm pretty sure. The sniper tower could be pretty cool. We'll have to see how it is. It's going to be the sniper tower from Going Rogue. Going to be similar to that. So kind of like a better version of the DD2's cannon. It shouldn't have been a copter, because the copters won't land there. Unless a copter got killed directly on top of it and the ogre dropped up on the wall right there. It shouldn't have been that, because the ogre is going to aggro the roots before it would hit the wisps. Now it would cleave through and hit everything, of course, but we should be fine, though. Oops. As long as I don't derp too much time away here. Yeah, we're good. Piece of cake. Alright, what do we want? We want a staff, I think. We got a junk mask. Got a junk staff, no vitality. Oh shit! No range. I mean, I could probably use that on somebody that I don't need the range on. You know what? I already know what I want to use that on. I'm going to keep that bad boy around. Trash giraffe. I'm just doing the spinning. It's a spinning steel set. So you want either the smasher from the keep or the throne room weapon. And same thing. I usually go for attack rate as the passive on the shields. Just because the slower weapon is what you want to use for spinning steel. And that gives you a little bit of a attack rate boost for getting your radiate procs going. But, I mean, I think you could probably use anything, to be honest. Any passive. It's actually not a great shield. I probably have a better one. Or I might have a better one. Do I have any shields sitting? I got no spare spinning steel shields. I probably got one in there somewhere. Accessories are all targeted farming. So you want to go for brooches, do Alk Labs, Lycan King difficulty. For bracers, you do Throne Room, Lycan King difficulty. And for masks, you do Summit or the Keep. Yeah, I mean, if you just have CC for the boss portion, that's all you need to clear it. Here's that accessory we got. Junk, junk, junk. Junk, junk, junk. Junk. Junk, junk, junk. Junk. I'll keep that. Might be able to use that on somebody now. I think that might be my best little wizard. No, I got or no, that one's only 2 statter. I got a 397 2 statter. I think that's my best one. My best total package one. I did the exact same build as that, Natum. But I did it 2-player. So you have one person on the inside, and then the other person on the outside focusing on the copter ogres, and then both people burn the ground ogres. But yeah, exact same build. Your King's Face got HP, MP, but can't find one on your brooch or bracers. Yeah, man, it's a grind. Gotta grind it out. I'm still missing a brooch. I got this Transcendent brooch I'm still using for HP and mana regen. Pretty sure I never got one. I'm gonna go through and trash most of these. Yeah, I never got one. So, I mean, with that in mind, why not go do some Alk Labs, right? Where are you at, Infernos? Did I pass you? There you are. Let's get us a little Alk Labs rolling. Do Massacre mix mode Lichen King difficulty, Noi, and you're going to get lots of bombers. In fact, we can do that too if you want. You guys vote. What do you want? Do we do Little Bomber or we do Alk Labs? I'm Highlands'd out for a little while. Bob says Little Bomber. Anybody else? Anybody else? Let's get a 2 out of 3. Brooch or Bomber? Y'all pick it. Anyone? Anyone? No one else picks. We're just going to go with Clobs. Oh, there we go. We got a Bomber. So we're the 2 out of 3. You guys were too late. We finally got the 2 labs, but y'all were too late. We'll just do them both. How's that? But we'll do a few Royal Gardens first. Might as well do the DST spammer build. Let's get it. So for all loot, y'all, mix mode. Go mix mode. And then you want to go Lichen King difficulty. This is where the best stuff comes from. You can do survival and not have to rebuild and sit there and let the map run. But know that you're not going to... You don't have the potential at all to get the best gear in the game. The best gear in the game is going to come from mix mode. Here we go. I've been spamming this build like crazy, Clubs. It's the... This build here, you can get... If you do it solo, you can get like 7-8 minute runs. It's pretty ridiculous. 3 DSTs. Pointed back down. 1 straight forward. And then 2 directly across at the flyers for the flyers. And then 2 at an angle that's just going to spawn camp the side lanes and then help with the main lanes. And do the same thing over here. So 1 just into the corner. 2 straight out for the flyers. 2 like dish. 60U buff beam. Then you get a 2D reflect. And 1D on each side. Now the deal is, if you stand up here, ogres are going to throw at you and blow up all your shit. So don't stand up here. If you even just stand right here on that little ledge right there, then nothing is going to throw at you. So just don't stand here. Stand anywhere else. I'm going to stand right on top of those R's, just right on this little lip here. And, of course, we're going to spam upgrade all the goody goodies. Have to wake up in 5 hours. Oof. We'll get some sleep. Get some sleep. You like that shrub? That's a lovely shrub there, Teddy. It's a lovely shrub you have chosen. And that's it. Overcharge spam these DSTs and watch them pew. Pew, 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 pew. Of course, we got a Tower Booster Monk. We got an Overcharge Apprentice. So we got the Dream Team for buffing. And these towers are just going to shred the living doo-doo out of all these bads. And we've got a Striking Gemstone, of course, on the Aura stack, making it cover the whole map. 5.5 for you. Oof. What you doing these days, Omni? You working somewhere? Last I talked to you, I think you were working at a cafe or something like that. I still can't get used to these full headphones. Had a nap earlier. It's still early hours. Omni used to stay up till 6 in the morning, dude. It's not 6 yet. How you think, too, the same gemstone is going to work? It's going to buff 8 different defenses. They don't stack. So it will buff 8 different defenses. Assuming it works the same as a 2-player now. Like, if you have 2 players now that both have striking, it's just going to buff 8 defenses. Oh, that was just volunteering? Oh, fair enough, fair enough. I think the question is going to be, what combo do you use? Like, in most of the builds I do, stuff like this, I'm going to use a striking and a speedy. Or if it's a build that you just don't need any range at all, then I'll probably use a speedy and a powerful. Or 2 speedies and just hit 8 defenses. Part-time work, 6 a.m. start. Well, I mean, besides the 6 a.m. start, there's nothing wrong with that, man. I'm doing the same thing. I'm driving for Uber right now. Aramir says double sturdies. Get your thick wall builds going with your sturdies. This map is a decent farm map too. Of course you get the little bomber, which you're going to want, but you're also going to get a guard piece, which is a hot item. And then additionally, even if your little bombers are trash, they have relatively decent sell value. So you're going to get decent gold for farming the map, you know? Well, I mean, you got to, you know? Shit keeps getting more expensive, and none of us are making any more money. So, what are you gonna do? You know, you gotta eat, right? Gotta feed the kitty. Because no matter what you're... Here, I'll get all political on y'all for a moment. No matter what political beliefs you all have, no matter what country you belong to, all of your countries, mine included, are all corrupt. Your government is corrupt as fuck. The Sex Pistols had it right, y'all. Anarchy. All government systems suck ass. They're all lining their pockets and stealing your money. Every government, every country, everywhere. Believe in the Sex Pistols. Oh, dude, I did a kitchen floor last week. I still hurt from that. Or Phil. You can vote for Phil, too, because he promises he won't be corrupt. And he will have the Kappa emoji on his campaign material. Hell, I'd vote for Phil. Go, Phil, go. Save the world. Vote for Phil. There you go. Campaign slogan by Juice Bags. As you guys see, I broke down and checked always loot, rifted loot again. I've been grinding so hard and not getting anything. So some of the pieces that are just eyesores that I have now, I'm just in desperation mode to get them replaced. Does it have to be a corgi though, Phil? That's a little bit on the doggo racist side if you go corgis only, right? Well, it's easy, Omni. All you gotta do is say you're allergic, and it's all good. I actually am allergic, and we got 5 dogs. Oh, man. Every morning I wake up and I feel like I'm 170 years old, gasping my last breath. Two guaranteed fuse freezes for your keep run or both helmets? Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, they're rando, you know? That happens quite a bit. I'm getting a little side lane ogre over there. It's like the DST's finally got him, but he marched in a little close. Marched in just a touch close. There you go. Corgi costumes are fine. Those will suffice. Well, the anarchy part was more of a joke there, Thanlin, but I do just firmly believe that every government system is corrupt. Now, I do recognize the fact that we do need some sort of structure. So, although I like to pretend I'm an anarchist, I'm not a true anarchist. But I don't care who it is. If you're a politician, you're corrupt, in my opinion. I don't think there's an honest politician in the entire world. I really don't. Alright, Phil is not here to drain all the RNG, so we should get some fat little bombers here. Let's see if my theory is correct. We'll get us some fatty bombers. Fatty bombers. Thanks, Air Laser Navy. Appreciate it. Oh, it's such a tough call. I mean, the first play is going to have to be figure out the loot filter. The second play is bust out my shiny new summoner and start setting them up for sirens and archers. Defense damage and fort. You couldn't have pooed on that piece any harder, huh? Oh, Phil wasn't here to take the RNG and the bomber still poo-poo. He did it remotely. Damn it, Phil. Phil and his remote access. Crappy giraffe, too. It's alright. Let's do it again. Just one more. You see 11 minutes. That's just an awesome farm run in a 4-player group. Oh, dang. Nice, Matumba. Congrats. That's a permanent addition, Kara. Oh, you're good. Your English is better than my English, man. Don't sweat it. Oops. That one got derped. That one's derped, too. Good lord, they're both derped. That's a little straighter. Not much, but a little bit. And then I derp the next one. Luckily, the buff beams have a fairly generous range to them. Oh, I'm stoked for the PTR. I mean, step one is just going to have to be figure out the new loot filter. And I have a feeling that's going to take a minute or two. I mean, we'll have to see how intuitive it is when you jump right in. And then step two would be level that summoner. And I'm going for Siren and Archers as my first summoner, personally. Well, yeah. Well, nothing's easier than Alua than Natum. You just download the file from somebody else off the internet and install it. Doesn't get any quicker than that, right? Download Natum's Lua file. Copy paste. Load match. Oh, your English is fine. Everybody's English is fine. Don't sweat it. Well, the winter's approaching, so the next major project is probably going to be our bedroom, but I don't think we'll do that until probably next year. But with the winter approaching, like next week or the week after, I got to get... We're on well water. We don't have city water. So I want to get underneath our pump house. It's got like a crawl space under the pump house where the pump goes down into the ground. I'm going to get underneath there and insulate it a little bit better. No, I personally do not hope for an endless mix mode. Because it wouldn't... The only way you could add an endless mix mode is if you just removed survival from the game. Or combined them and made it a toggle. If it was combined and made a toggle, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But Endless mix mode means no more survival. So you would have to, you know, it's just wouldn't be a smart design decision. Besides combining them. Do you think runes that'll just give a flat damage increase will be kind of S tier? Well, I mean, we're just going to have to play with it. I mean, are there going to be runes that are going to give a flat damage increase? We'll have to see. So I don't know. I mean, we'll know more on Friday for sure. But it's going to, I mean, it's, unless Phil, I can't imagine he's going to list every rune on the patch notes. So we're going to have to go find them and figure out what's good and what works. Yeah, I mean, if I was you, I wouldn't list every rune in the patch notes either. I would tell people go play. Go play, dang it. Oh, every rune is viewable from the UI. Well, there you go. Well, that's easy then. Does it say where they drop on the UI as well? Or am I just asking for too much here, Phil? That's the goal? That's kick-ass, dude. Once again, Phil for president. Go, Phil, go. $15, $20 to 20% damage increase. Well, I mean, if there's a rune that gives you a 20% damage increase, then of course that's going to be meta. But on that same note, I would doubt there's going to be a rune that's going to give you a flat 20% damage increase. I mean, what if there is? If there is, you know, you got to install that bad boy. Get them damage increases going. If you pray to Phil, he'll bless you with one. You never know. Phil's too modest for that, though. Don't pray to him. Just send him money. A rune that makes the mushroom pit a corgi pit? That would not surprise me at all. If there was a corgi pit rune, I would not be shocked in any way whatsoever. PTR won't have any generic runes. We're still deciding if it's worth adding. We might just continue to make specialized runes to prevent any kind of generic runes or the best runes ordeal. Well, you know that would be a thing. I mean, if there's a rune that's % damage increase for a hero or for a defense, it's instant meta. You know? I mean, I'm all good with the specialized runes, personally. That and specialized runes are going to add more variety and more spice. I want the spiciness. What about the golden juicy fruit pet, Phil? When is that one coming? Golden juicy fruit pet? How much gold am I at in game? I think I'm at like 25 trill, something like that. Let's see. Yeah, 25 trill. Phil says he's going to charge me a, what? I'll give you 25 trillion for one right now, Phil. Hook it up, man. Hook it up. Well, the blossom's already pure, so all you gotta do is go corrupt. What stats would I recommend for an ad? Well, I mean, for all builders, you'd want to probably be, to start running mixed mode, probably 8K main stat. Like if you're at 8,000 power, you're gonna be able to jump into some mixed mode. Of course, the higher your stats, the smoother it's gonna run, and the less you're gonna have to work. But if you got 8,000 power, you're gonna blast them. You're gonna have to get involved, but you're gonna blast them. Well, I mean, fused skellies wouldn't... I don't think it'd be a huge impact, because we're already one-shotting them with anything. So we don't need double damage on them. I mean, just an explosive trap just melts them. Every pop, they're just... bink, bink, bink. Pile of bone meal. Minecraft crossover win. That'd be cool as hell on the Minecraft end. There's some tower defense maps, but I mean, what would you even do on the Dungeon Defenders end? I mean, you could add the Ender Dragon, but as far as, I mean, I wouldn't want anything pixel graphics, I don't think, in Dungeon Defenders, in any Dungeon Defenders game, personally. That would be pretty cool, this is I. We need the golden juicy fruit pat. That's a must-have item. And then we need crystal transmogs. Could you imagine a big old juicy fruit crystal transmog? Could you imagine? Oh my god. Alright, you shiny mofo, I know you're in there. Ba-ba-bam. It's a POS. I might end up... I don't even want to say that to give it to anybody. I got better spares now. Oh, man. Figures. Power and percent damage. First power percent damage piece I've seen in like 3 weeks, and it had to be a low roll. On a helm. Boo. One more, just one more. There's got to be one in here somewhere, right? There's got to be one in here somewhere. Rune that increases item drop rate. Well, I mean, that would be instant meta. We need that wishing well, man. Somebody talked about a wishing well. I can't remember who brought that idea up. That's like the best idea ever. ultimate gold sink. Think greater rifts in Diablo 3. You know, you pay to get that extra gem upgrade. Be interested to explore rune slots to design the more non-combat things. That would be super cool, man. And like this, as I mentioned, with the confetti, that would be badass. Sadly, Phil's idea of a loot rune would be guaranteed guard piece, but the item's power floor is now 20% lower. Yeah, well, in the current state of the game, Alex, in end game, once you get into playing rifted mode, you won't play non-rifted mode. There becomes no reason for you to play it. It's one of the kind of sore spots in the game's design. A juice bag's RNG rune? And nobody will use that. Or unless it's stealing my RNG. Every person that uses it gives me a 1% chance to have crappier gear drops. Then everybody would use it and laugh at me. I gotta get my glasses figured out with these stupid... If I'm gonna wear a full headset, which I'm wearing right now, you guys know I wear glasses. Well, it ends up pressing against the side of your ear. It hurts. Is there any way to make you happier? Probably not legally. I wouldn't be surprised, Natum. I wouldn't be surprised. Come on, little bomber, be here, please. Oh, I didn't say anything about drugs or alcohol there, Harrison. There's other illegal things that make people pretty happy. It doesn't always have to be drugs, man. Your mind's in the gutter. Don't do drugs. Yeah, the rage jars just don't even matter right now. There's just no reason to do high survival. I'm not AFK. I'm boosting. If I wasn't boosting, this build wouldn't hold. All right, Alex, take it easy. Thanks for hanging out, man. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Boosty defenders. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's talking about the dots on the attack map, Phil. That needs to be added back in. Not seeing the loot, but we need one for the rifted gear. Give us fusion pink dot, or black dot, or any colored dot. That would be awesome. Yeah, I mean, if that's what's fun to you, but... You know, I mean, other than your own personal enjoyment, there's nothing to be gained from that. Thanks for the follow there, Mark. Your fused reflex? I didn't even realize. Oh, they're quite snazzy there, Archangel. Quite snazzy. Mark with the raid as well. Thank you so much. Welcome, y'all. Welcome. Yeah, the loot filters apply to the attack map. There's no dots there now, though, Phil. You know that, I'm sure. 0 dots. You never know, Mayor Matumba. You never know. I would not put it past him. Sure thing there, Harrison. You buying? long as you're buying, man, I'm all for it. Well, you better get to it. You better get to it. The Real J with the sub. Thank you so much. I appreciate it a ton. Welcome, welcome. What's going on there, Dan? How you doing? Oh my god, are you kidding me? Another percent damage power piece on a helmet? What are you doing, game? Now you're just trolling me. What the hell is that? Oh, man. Crappy bomber. Boo on the bomber. I'm doing good there, Dan. Doing good. All right, let's hop on out of here. I'll make a fresh group and we'll hit another destination. So feel free to rejoin y'all. As always, just want to make a fresh group to give anybody else an opportunity to drop in. Oh, what do we got going on here? What the hell? Might have to restart. There would be no reason to, so no, I don't think they will at all. Let me restart real quick, y'all. We'll go to this screen here. Steam being steamy. Oh, Steam's not down right now, is it? Oh no! What a time to log out then. Let's see, let me restart the game here. Phil hitting those buttons. He's like that. Oh no. We'll give it a sec here. Public test realm, the Real J. The new update is going to be going into public testing, so if you play on PC, you will be able to, looks like it's going slow, but it might be going now. Yeah, it is about coffee time there, Archangel. Good call, good call. Let me get rid of this junk loot here real quick. God, man, that is such a bummer. I'm just going to sell it so I don't have to look at it. That would have been a shiny piece if it was percent damage instead of percent damage upgrade. Power range and rate. I should save that. Port power and rate. Boo. I mean, I'll never end up using that, but I'll save it for the moment. Elusive with the raid. Welcome, y'all. Welcome. Thank you so much. There's a mod in chat. Can we get a shout out for old Thusif there? Nothing but junk. Nothing but junk. I just need to get those, gotta get those golden ones. The brain looks really cool too. I think the brain looks awesome, but needs the golden ones. Definitely looks schnazzy. Schnazzy. All right, so we were gonna do Alk Labs next, right? I think I need to do get some coffee though. What's going on there, Snack Queen? How you doing? I think I need me some coffee. I think I probably got some upgrades for this character now. I got really low quality gear on this one. What do we have? We got way too many militia helmets, apparently. Holy shit, look at all these. Well, that's going to be an upgrade. I would bet. Let's look. Let's see. 112.8. 113.4. Nope, it was not an upgrade. That's weird. $145.6, or it's not getting the bonus until you place it, huh? Okay, so it was an upgrade. It's not getting the bonus until you place it. Multiplayer got broken? Maybe. I'm doing good there, Snack Queen. How do you only collect fused gear? There's a setting in your loot filter. Always include fusion. If you click fusion, it will only collect fusion gear, but then you're going to miss out on like offhands and accessories. Or actually, you could do always include accessories, so you'd miss out on offhands. No, this is not my only job. Steam is still down for you? I mean, it's Tuesday. You get the Tuesday blues on Steam, sadly. Big booze. Big booze. Well, we'll give it just a minute, and that'll be an opportunity for me to get a coffee going anyway. And then we'll get a little bit of Alk Labs going. So give me just a sec, y'all. I'm going to go grab myself another beverage and use the little boys' room and all that good stuff. And then we'll jump in and we'll smack on a little Demon Lord for a little while. But give me just a couple minutes and I will be right back. See if we can give you guys a little music here at least. All right, I have returned. Steam is back up now. Nice, nice. Awesome stuff. Well, let's get a few Demon Lord kills done, and then we'll dip back in for a little more Tornado Highlands. Let's do it. So feel free to hop in and join. Let's show this Demon Lord who's boss here. What's going on there, Headshot? How you doing, man? Welcome, welcome. So feel free to join me, y'all. Got no audio right now, so you can't hear me say this then. Welcome anyway. We'll do the regular old build, so we do have to watch for ogres. We won't be able to AFK it here, y'all. We got to do a little ogre slaps. Some ogre slaps. I did not. Don't say such things, there, Archangel. We got Pro Tier Group, we got Clobs, we got Archangel, we got Blue Man. Oh, too late. I already did it. I already did the thing. Archangel, next one. You got those fused walls. We can do Aramir's chillax it out build. For this one, we'll have to just do ogre slaps ourselves. Here, we'll do this. I can type in-game and Headshot can still see. Hi, Headshot. With no audio. Why do I got 5 left? Oh, buff beam over here. What have we got 2 left? What did I miss? We never put an Inferno here, but then I got 2... I must already have a buff beam over here. I do. Double buff beam for the loss. Inferno there, and then Reflecty Boy up here for the chillaxers. Good enough. Let's beat this full down here. Thank Phil for turning Steam back on. Oh, Phil would never turn Steam off. He wouldn't do it. Oh, these guys getting slapped hard. They're getting all kinds of slapped over here. The little wall that could. Get wrecked, man, bear pig. 1,700 mobs on wave 23. Big oofs. Big oofs. What is that? Gas, electric, Inferno, and explosive trap on a maxed out buff beam on every spawn. Nothing else, no traps. You get 1 DU left over, and we usually use the 1 DU as a reflect beam in case anybody wants to chill up here. You can chillax it out up top with a little bomber. We're going to do a slightly different build next with a wall that will allow everybody to chillax it out. All right, Dan, take it easy, man. Thanks for hanging out. Have a wonderful rest of your day. How's the Navy boy doing? He's good. He's in getting ready to start. Actually, he may have started back up. He's getting ready to start school. He capped out. He can't become an officer. Well, I mean, he's just doing it for his Navy pilot's license, and for becoming an officer, so I'm not really sure. I mean, he's going to be taking some kind of aeronautics stuff, but I'm not sure what the degree is for. What would that be? Would that be engineering? Or some sort of science? I'm not positive, to be honest. But yeah, he's doing good. Doing good. Let's have a couple of different options, if you remember right. He flies, what, P8s and P3s. He started on a P8, but those are being, or he started on a P3, and those, of course, are being worked out. And they replaced it with the P8. But he wants to branch out and have the ability to fly more planes. I guess long term, that's a better deal for him. I guess now they do a lot of the, you know, like the P3s were submarine hunters during World War II and stuff, but those are, a lot of that work is being done by satellites now. So the P3 is like being completely worked out. And now the only P3s that fly, I guess they use for surveillance, and that's it. I get the dumbed down version, of course. He's not at liberty to tell me all the real juice. But yeah, he had to take some more classes to be able to widen his area of expertise into other planes. That, and he's setting himself up for the future too, because he wants to eventually probably retire from the Navy and work commercially, and doesn't want to have to do too much recertification to be able to get a commercial job. But he's doing good. He actually handles his money real well. He's been very smart with his money through all of his years of deployment and everything, so he's in a position now where when he wants something, he just goes and gets it, you know, which is pretty awesome for a young person to be in that position. Oof. Got slapped. Oh, it's because my boost is down. Got slapped. Tomageddon. That's a good one. I don't think I've seen that name before. I think we're going to have a couple of skellies on this wave. See where the skelly's at. That's spiders. Looks like we got a skelly lane up top. I'll just stand up here and slap them. Slap them with my hammer. We got an ogre over here, though. It's Fluffy. Fluffy down. I got spootered on. Hopefully can get a nice accessory here. I still need mana regen, health regen brooch. I've got that transcendent one I'm still using on my squire. So that would be ideal. A little mana regen, health regen there. Oh, I know that feeling way too well there, Clobs. Way too well. Boom. Yeah, we got just a couple of skellies here. Looks like I'm on the kobold side now. Oh, here comes some skellies. Oh yeah, Mixman would be way faster without the skellies. It's like they're all in the side lane now. Yeah, we got nothing else coming out over here. Jeez. What are we going to get next wave? 1983 next wave. I mean, it's not over 2K at least, but it's certainly not good. Bale jumped. Shoot, turned it on and turned it right back off again. Oh no! What was it? All that shit. It was an ogre. I didn't even see it. Big bummer. I was just in La La Land up here spraying down enemies. Alright, let's throw the wall build in this time then. We don't have to worry about that. The wall build's exactly the same, except up here you only do one aura stack, and then that's where your DU comes from for the wall. And then you get your traps in the same place. The bad part about the trap build is even though it runs super fast, you have to watch for ogres, as the ogres are just not going to die. So you've got to kill the ogres. If you don't kill the ogres, you're just not going to win. And we don't have enough mana. We're missing a little bit of mana. But then, like, if everybody just chills up here with a little bomber, and there we go. Let me get this upgraded here. Should be good now. Now, using a 5DU EV wall, they're just so thick. You see 2 million health. It's not even fully upgraded. And then you can just chill up here with little bombers, and it will burn. Even in a 4-player group, it will just burn all the ogres. Now everybody has to be on a little bomber, of course, to burn the ogres, but gives you the AFK-ness out of the deal. Let you just kick it. Just kicking it. Switch to your warning? Yeah, for sure. See, you got an ogre coming in, and the little bombers will just kill him long before that wall is dead. I mean, the wall will take some slaps. But it won't be enough to kill it. Makes for a pretty chillaxing experience. Yeah, that giveaway ends tonight at midnight there, Garrick. So make sure you get entered in. Anybody who's not entered in, exclamation giveaway in chat. It'll give you a link to Gleam.io to get entered on everything. And that giveaway ends at midnight. Midnight tonight. So tomorrow, I'm going to bust out the old Xbox and work on the Xbox account a little. Well, we're going to have to see. I mean, if I have a terrible loot drought tonight and I'm not able to get the things done that I want to get done before the PTR hits, I'll probably grind back on it tomorrow. But assuming I have a little luck tonight or today on stream, then tomorrow I'll play on the Xbox and Thursday I'll play on the PlayStation. My Xbox account is real low. It's like insane or nightmare. I'll have to work my way up. But hopefully, I do want to be squared away for the PTR though. So hopefully, I've got some shiny sets of loot ready to go here. And I'm in good shape for the PTR when it lands. Much more chillaxing run here when you put a wall in the mix. Oh man. probably have to just go repair some traps at some point, and we should be in good shape. But having all these little bombers pewing, it's just gonna kill all the ogres, you know. The ogre will take like 2 or 3 wall slaps, and then we'll get melted down into nothingness. Been doing our repairs and a few ups. Nice. Yeah, that'll keep us squared away then. So here comes an ogre coming in now. The bombers just chunk him down. Got another ogre over here. Good old Splug. So yeah, it makes it quite nice. I need to get me and EV Waller squared away. It's going to be real niche with where you'd want to use it. I definitely got to get mine fine-tuned. He's got a decent set of gear, but doesn't have really exceptional accessories. Yeah, EV walls at 5 DU, or I mean, it will be 3 DU, get really thick. With the cost being lower of them when the next update comes, I think that might encourage people to do some more wall builds as well. But yeah, they get super thick. I mean, you're spending for it, right? So no reason for it not to be. Got mixed emotions on the reflect beam walls. I think I'm gonna almost instantly try to get that rune that turns them back into a reflect beam. I don't want to use the reflect beam walls. I mean, they'll be... I'll use them situationally, like this map. But for the most part, I'm not super overjoyed about that. I mean, I like the thought of getting the extra defense slot open for some more spice. A little more variety in the game. But I mean, I use reflects on every map, every build. I don't think there's any builds that I use that don't have at least one reflect. Way different experience now, huh? And we only got 12 mobs, 1,200 mobs, which is nice. I personally use double attack rate, Angus. I use attack rate and then attack rate on chance of attack rate on hit. Just because you're wanting to use a really slow weapon with spinning steel. And by going attack rate, it allows you to stack or radiate up faster. But to be honest with you, there's no real wrong answer. You can use whatever you want. And the spinning steel is just so powerful. Well, see, the thing is you with like the way I typically use reflect beams, I've got them close to the core or I've got them close to a bunch of defenses. So if an enemy comes over there and starts swinging on that wall, it's going to destroy my defenses and my core. That's my main concern. I mean, Phil already said that there's going to be a rune that turns them back into reflect beams, so I mean, I'm just going to do that. My Squire walls are pretty thick, and they're 1 DU. So I think I would use the Squire walls. You can do that with just mana regen off your accessories. But yeah, like I said, there's no wrong answer. If you get even a 4 mana regen on every accessory slot, that'll get you to 12. You're going to be able to spam F. Well, I mean, no pet does... I mean, I don't think out-damaging the summoner is going to be an issue. A summoner with 2 Monkey Kings is not going to do as much damage as the Spinning Steel Squire. And it's not going to do as much band damage as a Laser Beaming EV. 10 covers the boost. I've got 12 or 15, and I never have a problem with it, Angus. It stays up the whole time, and I spam F every time it's out. There is no exact number because the cost of the boost constantly increases. So no matter how high you get it, at some point you're always going to run out. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with that passive though. You could also go for the life leech one on the sword and get health back too, if you're not comfortable with your healing amount. But there's definitely no wrong answer there. If that's what you've got, go for it, man. You know? Thank you so much for following there, Shadow. I do appreciate it a ton. Welcome, welcome. All of the Thanlands? I'm assuming they're all you, right? Oh shit, I never switched to my Squire. Alright, Archangel, it's all you, dude. Damn it, man. Why do I keep doing that? We're gonna need a monk boost down here on Archangel if you can there, Blue Man. Because he gonna have to do all the damage. I mean, I'll shroom him. And I'll slap him. I'll at least get my irradiate procking. Bam. Alright, let's get something shiny here. What do we got? We got a junky Chimera shot. We got a junky Steam Robot. Got some junky Miner gloves. Man, so close. We got mana regen and HP restore, which might actually work out on my Squire. Because you figure you're always picking up mana. I mean, I'll save that one probably just in case. We got a junky head. Right, let's try it again. One more time. Oh, got a good prop cat too. That's my best prop cat now. I didn't even see it. All right. What was that? That's way down there. Can you rush day 3 up? Yeah, I hear you, man. No doubt. If you hold down S and then left click, like you can hold down L and left click and it will lock, and then S and left click will sell. That's why my Inferno is not being placed, because I don't have cast rate on this guy. Oh, no problem, man. Always welcome. Always welcome. Yeah, I'll try to remember to swap out too. Try to avoid the derpage. Alright, I think we good. Yeah, it's a nice kitty cat. That's definitely my best prop cat so far. Of course, they roll way higher than that still, but I just have yet to get one. But that one's pretty decent. I'll take it. I will take it. I need to put that on my robe before I forget. I'm pretty sure everybody would rather play it, rather be playing the PTR. Good old Daxter, gonna get a walloping. Just melts. Absolutely melts. What's going on there, Sal? How you doing? Yeah, little bomb. I mean, you want to get 2 usable little bombers because that could potentially be the go-to for the summoner, you know? Yeah, Monkey King for melee. It depends on how squishy the summoner is. If the summoner rolls out and is super squishy, then you're going to want to use 2 little bombers. But if or a prop cat and a little bomber. But if the summoner rolls out and is really healthy, then 2 Monkey Kings is just going to shred. I mean, that's going to be like 200,000 DPS, assuming the boost is as good as a Squire boost. It'll be pretty good. For 200 million, not 200,000. 200 million DPS. Because the Squire alone gets over 100 million DPS out of the Monkey King. Maybe I'll get lucky and get another higher rolled kitty. I mean, they go all the way up to 490. The only one I've seen anybody get at that was, or 494. The only one I've seen anybody get at 494 though had 2 stats on it. Like, oh, what a bummer. Huge bummer. I haven't seen any that have been that high though, personally. Well, I mean, that one I just got is the highest one I've gotten. Even bad 2 statters. I gotta lock that thing so I don't accidentally sell it. And I gotta remember to switch next wave. Gots to switch it up. Thanks for following there, Shadowwire Knife. Welcome to the channel. Welcome, welcome. We just chilling over here, killing some Demon Lord, getting us some prop cats and some brooches. That brooch has been so damn elusive, I just don't think it's ever going to drop. Yeah, hardcore is a direct loot bonus. Depending on the difficulty you're playing, it depends on the amount of loot bonus it is, but it's a raw loot multiplier. So anytime you're playing for loot, you always want to have hardcore enabled. And then, like, if you're just playing for an achievement or an unlock or something like that, then of course you don't need it. But anytime that you're hoping to get loot from the map, always put on hardcore. It's a significant amount. I want to say it's like 25% in Massacre. It's a big number. To keep for 2 hours. Oh, little does he know. Little does he know. I can't tell you how many hours I have in the keep, but it's hundreds. Literal hundreds. I wish that there was tracking for it, but I'm gonna bet you I've cleared the keep 1,000 times overall since it launched. I mean, I bet I've done it 200 times just in the last 2 weeks. That's probably where I'm at. Xbox is way less than that. I'm probably like maybe 20 hours on my Xbox account. If even that. Maybe even only 10. And I probably got like 200 hours on PlayStation maybe. And then on PC, of course, I got a silly amount. 2,594 as of right now. Well, on Steam, it just shows you there on your Steam profile. On consoles, I think you got to have the app, the phone app. I'm not positive. Someone can probably clarify. Uzar, if Uzar's still here, he knows. Dean, thank you so much. Welcome, welcome. I do appreciate it a ton. It's not Dean, is it? It might be. Is that my brother-in-law, Dean? Is that who you is? I think so. Nah, no news yet. They're Cubs. It's assumed to be, like, potentially by the end of the year. But, I mean, even by the end of the year is just a guess. So, I mean, considering all they were showing us now is concept art, I'm going to guess it's probably just not even close. But, once again, that's all guesses. You never know. Chromatic could throw it at us next week and say, okay, here you go. You know. Generally speaking, they don't give us a ton of lead-up time on most things. We've gotten quite a bit of upfront info with Dungeon Defenders Awaken lately, but that's about it. So we might as well spend a little of this mana, huh? Hopefully before Christmas. You never know. I mean, it's possible. I don't have enough solid info to be able to give you a really legit guess. It's me saying by the end of the year is like straight up just guessing. I have no real idea. I mean, it might be next week. It might not be till February. Alright, we got 90 beds left. We'll get our Demon Lord smacking on. Right, we should be able to burn them down a little quicker this time. We got the proper DPS heroes out. Should be able to smack this fool right on down. Not in Chaos 10. I mean, that's the problem. It won't be a challenge. The problem with DD2 is it's capped at 2 billion. I mean, people already are just like one-shotting 2 billion health mobs at floor 999 like it's nothing. So, I mean, don't even worry about that. But it won't be at 2 billion in Chaos 10. There's no way. Maybe a 4-player ogre or whatever. The content, it'll be like a weekend's worth of content for a veteran player. Like, if you're in Chaos 9 gear now, after a weekend, you're going to be done with the content. It's not going to be that big. I wouldn't think. Mana, restore, and reflect. Boo. We got a boo weapon. We got a hippo on that one. Let's check out the kitty cat. We got crappy gloves. Oh, wow. Super low roll kitty. So we got a bummer kitty. Man, no loot that time at all. All junk. It's alright. It happens. Let's kill this bad boy one more time. Just one more. Get everything over there? Yeah. I have to be careful with the upgrades here. I think we'll be alright. Might want to just grab mana and get that stuff upgraded the rest of the way, but we should be fine. Oh, you got it already? Nice, nice. Yeah, we should be alright then. Let our bombers do the working. Sorry, Mr. Two Bags. Everything's just melting. Looks like we got it good here. We got it good. Still just gotta wait it out though. 1,800 mobs is gonna take a minute to burn. There's probably 500 skellies of the 1,800. Gonna be a slow burner here, definitely. How much of my Steam time in DDA is idling in Tavern? Not much idling in Tavern. There's probably quite a bit idling in a map. But you gotta remember too, that goes all the way back to like the initial Kickstarter beta and the early access and all that. It's tracking all of that from all the way back to then. So like, I mean, when the game launched, I already had 500 hours played or whatever. But I don't really spend any time in Tavern. I mean, if they ever get AFK shops implemented, I probably will. I would seriously doubt the C10 wave would be 900. I hope it is. That way nobody has to waste all their time screwing around with that boring ass bullshit onslaught. Jump right to 900. Do 900 to 999. I think that would be awesome, but I don't think there's any chance of that. Figure it went from 100 to 300 from C8 to C9. I would guess it would go like 300 to 500, C9 to C10. That would be incredible if it unlocked floor 900, though. That would be great. People wouldn't have to deal with that awful, awful game mode. But yeah, as far as just idle time, though, like I've had lots of maps that I was running AFK take me an hour to complete because like I got up and left it running and then forgot about it or just couldn't make it back to the computer to hit G or whatever. I mean, I probably got 100 hours of that, you know? Alright, need to not forget to switch. Shoot. I always throw the mushrooms up here by mistake. Poor big Chungus. 1,500. Not, I mean, obviously that's not good waves counts, but not terrible. The little bombers are just so good. We got a slow burn going on the rest of these guys, though. Looks like it's all skellies from that one lane, too. I mean, that's a double skelly lane. So we can get a bomber over there. Help out. Oh, we got those traps right at the spawn. Yeah, I remember this time, Archangel. I remember this time. $1,200. We got another decent wave 25. Could be better, but could be way, way worse. We getting there. Well, it looks like it's good composition, too. Like, most of the... I mean, we're going to get a buttload of skellies at the end. But the mobs are coming out at a decent clip, you know? It's like just this one skelly lane is it right now. All right, boss man, time to get wrecked. Die already. I don't want to accidentally pop the box on my squire. All right, we got another junky steam robot, but 26 bill. We'll take the 26. Nothing good. Man, that's it's just such a disappointment right there. I mean, I'll pick that up, but we got a crappy kitty. We got another crappy kitty. 2 crappy kitties. It's a shame they don't sell for more. I could sit in here and farm cats all day if they only sold for more. Oh, man. HP regen, but then it's got rate. No mana. So no love today. Boo. All right, y'all. That is going to get it for me for today. Now, I am going to be live tomorrow. Depending on how my evening goes tonight, I'm either going to be doing more prep for the PTR, or I'll be grinding it out on the PlayStation. So we'll see what happens. I'll let you guys know at a decent hour tomorrow. And then Thursday, it's the same thing. If I'm all good to go and ready for the PTR Friday, then Thursday I plan on playing on the PlayStation. So Xbox Wednesday, PlayStation Thursday. But it's dependent on what kind of drops I get while I'm AFK grinding late night or whatever. But anyway, thank you all so much. Hopefully everyone's having a absolutely wonderful week. And yeah, I think that's about it. I will see you all next time around. Take it easy, y'all.